Hey everyone, Jamie here. Today I wanted to talk about the most incredible built-in guidance system that we have, that each of us has within us, that is underutilized and misunderstood, and that is our emotions. And I've probably already made a video about this, but if I made 1,000 videos about this, it wouldn't be enough. So I'm just going to trust that the fact that this is showing up for me to talk about today means that it's important to talk about it today. So, apparently not everybody is like this, but I think about dying all the time. Apparently not everybody's like that. My husband calls me dark. I'm constantly plagued by just sort of worst case scenario, death circumstances. So that's cute and fun. Something that I obviously choose to pivot away from and not dwell on. But anyways, the reason I said that is because that also leads me constantly to be asking the question, if I were to die, what would I want my kids to know? What would I want them? What do I hope that, what is the wisdom that I can give to them so that even after I die, they are set up to succeed in life? And one of those biggies is understanding the purpose of our emotions. Our emotions, simply put, what everyone thinks of when they have emotions is just like, I'm emotional because of this thing, right? Like, I am frustrated because of what I witnessed this injustice that I'm witnessing. I'm angry at this injustice that I'm witnessing. I have a different take for you. What Abraham Hicks tells us, what Esther Hicks tells us, what Abraham tells us, and others, is that our emotions are indicators of whether or not we are in alignment. Our emotions are actually messengers. Our emotions are meant to be temporary. They are not meant to be stuck inside of us and buried inside of us and pushed down and piled on. That's not what they were ever meant to be. Our emotions are beautiful, divine messengers to let us know that whatever thoughts we're thinking are either in alignment with our higher self and the divine, right? God, angels, the universe, source energy. Either we're in alignment or we're not in alignment. We're out of alignment. And our emotions are all we ever need to know that. But what happens is, as humans, we just get stuck in the story. We can't see past what's happening right in front of us. We don't see what's unfolding in front of us as a response to our energy and to our vibration. We see it as a real thing unfolding in front of us, and then we have this big emotional reaction, and then we have this experience that we remember as a result of it, and it's just a very different approach to life if you can take a step back and make it less about what immediately happened and more about, what is this showing me? What is this telling me? How does this serve me? What is this triggering within me? What thoughts just got triggered? What feelings just got triggered? Oh, so this is what I'm making it mean. Well, does that feel good to me that I just made it mean all those things? Spoiler alert, the answer is no. It never feels good. And then the opportunity is there to go, okay, well, then why am I making this mean something bad that doesn't feel good to me? Because again, if something feels bad, if something doesn't feel good to us, it's actually, that's an emotion. And that emotion is telling us that you're feeling and therefore thinking something that is not in alignment with your higher self. That's not in alignment with the divine. It's not in alignment with God. I mean, it gets to be that simple. Of course, when something's simple, that doesn't mean it's easy for us messy humans, but it does mean it is that simple. So, I'm just blanking. I would like to give you an actual, like, real life example here. Hold on, I'm pausing. You know what? I will piggyback off of the story I told in my last video about my very embarrassing human reaction when I saw Tanya Harding was on X. Long story short, I saw that Tanya Harding, it was in my feed. Someone else pointed out the irony of Tanya Harding posting her first video on X the day before. I think it was the day before, not the day after, which makes it better somehow. The day before that horrific plane crash helicopter incident where there was over 60 passengers and there was like a team of, up and coming figure skaters, young figure skaters on that plane, unfortunately lost their lives. And so it just so happened that Tanya Harding, I think it was the night before, posted her very first video. Now, who's Tanya Harding? Well, I guess if you're not my age, you might not know, but Tanya Harding was sort of like the main competition for Nancy Kerrigan in my childhood. They were both figure skaters that competed in the Olympics, and they were both pretty exceptional, but Nancy Kerrigan was absolutely, by anybody's definition, sort of like the sweetheart of the media, and just seen as like the girl next door, kind, friendly, loving, amazing. And basically Tanya Harding was involved with an incident where like some thugs came and basically took a fucking bat or a pipe or whatever to Nancy Kerrigan's knees, very violently assaulting her, ending her career as a figure skater. And it came back around that Tanya Harding was involved in this, and it was out of envy and jealousy and hatred and vitriol that she, essentially was the reason that this happened to Nancy Kerrigan. Okay, so it was this huge thing that went down. And it was just like insane, right? It was all over the news. Okay. So, the what I saw in my feed was, how crazy is it that like Nancy Kerrigan and Tanya Harding are like in my news feed again, all of a sudden, Okay, my very human reaction is so embarrassing to admit this, but I will say that I did course correct almost immediately. But my very human reaction was, who the hell, because let me rewind this. Her video was very cheerful and loving and like joyful. And she was just like, hey everyone, I finally made it here. I'm so excited to be here. Leave a comment, hope you're having a great day. And my visceral reaction, this is horrifying, but it's the truth, was, how dare she? Like, are you... Now, listen, in my defense, I did not write this. I did not comment. I did not say this. This was, intrusive thoughts that that nobody should ever know I had. But I'm vulnerably, courageously sharing them with you here to illustrate this point. I was like appalled. It's so embarrassing, but my initial reaction was like, who the hell, like, on what planet is it okay for you to show up here and expect everyone to forget what you did to Nancy Kerrigan? Like, how dare you try to just, like, be this happy, normal person on here? Like, you know what you did. We know what you did. Like, who the fuck do you think you are? And I was, honestly, there were so many trolls on her video, and they were posting, like, really clever things, just sort of, like, poking the bear a little bit about, obviously, the, incident with Nancy Kerrigan. And I was actually, like, delighting in them, if I'm being totally honest. Not my finest moment. But it occurred to me, all of a sudden I was like, like, Jamie, what are you thinking? Like, who are you being right now? Now, let me just explain something to you, because it's not about my reaction, but rewind. That did not feel good to me. I was so triggered by her showing up and posting that video as if she was a rando who hadn't called in a hit job on her competition, like, I was so triggered, and I was like, I was offended. I was resentful. I was angry. Now, in that moment, it would have served me, and I did realize it pretty quickly, but in those moments, it would serve us to go, whoa, hold on a second. If I know that my emotions are indicators of whether or not I'm in alignment, me feeling this way, me being triggered, that's all I need to know that I just fell out of alignment with my best life. I just fell out of alignment with what I want my life to feel like. Like, red flag, like, stop sign, red light, pause, like, hang on a second, wait a minute. Something just happened, and it's time to, like, flip that switch. That is the ideal scenario, is the minute our mood shifts, the minute our mood downshifts, the minute we notice that, like, lower level emotion, that we actually want it to jog us, like, out of autopilot and go, whoa, wait, what just happened? It's almost like, like, something's different. Wait, hold on a second. Let me check myself before I wreck myself, right? Because in that moment, those thoughts that I were thinking were totally out of alignment with my divine higher self. They are totally out of alignment with God. They are total. My God is love. Period. Full stop. That's it. If it's not love, then it's not God. I know that that is out of alignment with several religions, and I'm okay with that. Like, so when we're thinking about our divine higher selves, when we're thinking about our best version of ourselves, our most aligned version of ourselves, our most authentic version of ourselves, it is love, it is light, it is appreciation, it is joy, it is celebration. That's the energy. That's it. That's it. So anything less than that is an indicator that we have fallen out of alignment. And it's an invitation to just recognize, whoa, what just happened? What were the thoughts? Like, what did I just experience? What just unfolded in front of me? What are the thoughts that I was thinking that just sent me down this rabbit hole? Because, spoiler alert, they're not real. They feel real, but what they are is a reaction to, in a split second, our brains interpreting something that just unfolded in front of us and interpreting it in a way that doesn't feel good and in a way that there is out of alignment and is not the ultimate truth, because love is the ultimate truth. I know that I'm talking in sort of like ideal world circumstances here, but the truth is, how do you think that you start loving your life more? Like, do you think that the world just starts being better? Or do you think that you choose how you view it? It's the latter. Because shit's always going to be happening around you. That's never going to stop. How you respond to it is what is going to change, that allows you to have a more enjoyable life experience. It's all in your control. It is up to you and me, right? So in that moment, I was having these like gnarly thoughts about Tanya Harding. And I don't remember the exact moment, but it was within a few minutes. I just had this, I just sort of had this, that's dark, Jamie. Like, that's not loving. Like, that's not compassionate. That's not graceful. That's not, like, don't you want grace for the times? No, listen, I've never ordered a hit on somebody on my main competition to take them out of the competition, to ruin their lives and end their careers. I've never done that. I've never killed somebody. But just like everyone else, I've made mistakes. Like, I have said and done things I'm embarrassed about. There are moments in my past that I totally cringe about and wish that I had done something different, you know? And so, you know, whatever, like, even if, like, you know, people who are trying to change their life and trying to step into a new version of their life where they make better choices and they're in the energy of love, and they're just trying to live in joy. And I'm resentful of that. I'm judging them. It just really, I don't know, it just hit me like a ton of bricks. Like, whoa, not cool. Like, Hasn't she suffered enough? Hasn't she? I mean, it's been over 20 years. It's been over 20 years. It might have been over 30 years ago. I don't remember the exact dates. It might have been over 30 years ago at this point. Is she not allowed to be happy? Is she not allowed to laugh? Is she not allowed to have joy in her life because of this one mistake she made? A big mistake. It was a big mistake. But like, really? So that is actually, it struck me. I wish I could remember the exact moment. I wish I could remember, just for the sake of this video, what exactly actually like triggered me to go, whoa, 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 you know? I don't exactly remember. But the point of this whole video is remember what our emotions are there. They are energy in motion. Emotions, energy in motion. They are meant to flow through us. And they are messengers to simply let us know, hey, that's not you. You are not your emotions. I am not my emotions. I have emotions. I temporarily have emotions. But so many people identify with their emotions. They hang on to their emotions. The emotions get stuck inside of them. They push the emotions down because they're uncomfortable and they don't want to feel them. So they ignore them and then they just pile up inside of them. Hello, this was definitely me for like multiple decades of my life. So that's why I just feel like this plagues everyone. It is such a tiny, tiny, minute percentage of the population that understands their emotions and sees them as the messenger instead of feeling them as their reality. Our emotions are not reality. They are a temporary reaction to the thoughts that we're thinking, and we can choose better thoughts that generate different emotions. And that's why my business was actually called Intentional Perspective, because when we are intentional about what we are choosing to think and focus on, it literally can change our entire lives. All right. I hope that this I hope that this served you in some way. I hope that this was illuminating. I hope at the very least it planted a seed or gave you a different perspective, a different way of looking at your emotions. And this could be something that's really, really, really powerful and invaluable for you to play with moving forward. Just put on your curious, non-judgmental, gentle observer cap and observe. Like when you're losing your shit. Observe when you're frustrated. Observe what's happening when your mood downshifts. And ask yourself, what did I just make this mean? What were the thoughts that I was just thinking before I started feeling like shit? It's really illuminating. And just remember, you get to change them. You can just choose to think of it differently. You can choose to perceive the situation differently. That's literally in your control. So if you can choose to perceive the situation differently and thereby feel differently about it, and then be in a better mood and be in a higher vibe state, why wouldn't you? That's the real question. Worth contemplating. Yes? Okay. You know the drill. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to live and love your life on purpose. Until next time, have a great day.